Jose Mourinho has Real Madrid playing well. He's made signings in order to get the team to top of La Liga. The team sitting clear with only one defeat, however that's not their priority. With Champions League football looking good after a 4-2 thrashing of Monaco. And I use the word thrashing very lightly, as yes people, welcome back to this Real Madrid rebuild. I've got to say, this is the first video I am recording not with the first three. So I've got some help on how to say this name. It is Kukju, I think. And he's in this rotated team, which we've got to rotate back to the usual guys, which are these: Alexander-Arnold, Jude Bellingham, and Kylian Mbappe. I saw a comment maybe saying alter his position to a left winger. Maybe that's something we do for next season, or maybe we just alter it now. Ready for it, as I do think I am going to go to wingers, so I'm going to stop Cherki, changing back to a right mid. What other changes can we make here? Well, we're going to put players like Mastantuono on a right wing drill. Still keep with the defensive midfielders, which just are not changing. And look at this. We completely forgot about this. Right, Pitach, he's running out of contract, but he's out on loan. Rudiger, Manuel Angel needs signing up. Thibaut Courtois, he's 34-year-old, but he's Jose's captain. I'm going to go and ask Jose, actually. Jose, what do you think of Courtois? Should we try and buy a new goalkeeper slightly younger in the next window? But he just stops me before I even finish my sentence. He says Courtois must stay for at least another year. It is the Real Madrid way, not offering over a year to players over 30 plus, and there he is signing the new deal with Jose and his weird agent. He had grey hands. I'm not sure on Courtois, as the next game in the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain. This is going to be some tester. Really difficult game, but come on, we've got the first team out. We're at home in the first leg. It is 10 men, but it is a 3-2 win. Hakimi and Desiree Doué for them, but Kylian Mbappe with a man-of-the-match performance for us. Yes, we did fall out with him. Yes, the dictator is back in the team. But with how good he is dictating play, with the fact we're allowed to sim another game here, in the normal league, we have to, obviously, play this second leg. It's risky business with the man in the team, actually Fran Garcia at left back. We were going to go for Ferland Mendy. I've tried to sell him so many times. I thought he might not be too pleased with me, so here goes Pedro Goncalves. That is a brilliant spin into the box. Kylian Mbappe. If Mbappe can get a run on there, I think we're onside with Pedro Goncalves. Seems like he's running in tarmac, but that's a ball across the box. And it's a big save, Chevalier. What a save. And now Paris trying to get through. They're going to have to maybe try and counter-attack. Ousmane Dembele tries to get it past the newly signed Courtois. End-to-end here, half an hour in though. And we've just got to see this game out, luckily having this lead. Vitinha was looking at Doué instead of Pedro Goncalves, but I knew I wanted to make more signings. It's a brilliant tackle, Fran Garcia, and a brilliant ball. Kylian Mbappe, just don't wait for it. Can't afford to do that. Valverde gets a touch on the ball. Jude Bellingham. Mbappe, he's got the ball behind him. And he goes straight into Jude. Hey, Jude, can you score for us? He can. It is now 2 goals to the advantage. Jude Bellingham doesn't do his normal celebration. He beats up the Paris Saint-Germain corner flag. As it stands, we are winning this Champions League. Well, we're going through to the semi-finals, but you've got to stay optimistic, because these are the best team in the competition. They are the previous winners, and I've made one change, and that is Franco Mastantuono on. Cherki looking a little bit tired. Cherki more of a winger, less physicality. Despite this mean man, should I say, being 19. I'm just going to call him a boy. He's still got more physicality than Ryan, so let's not let him go down this wing. Let's do our defensive duties. That's a ball through the middle. Garcia onto Fede. Fede just allowed to run with the ball. Jude Bellingham. We can turn inside. We need a good ball forward. Every single passing lane is just blocked off. Here goes Bellingham. A little turn to the side. I wanted a release through the middle. There is Fede Valverde. There is a good save. I'm still thinking this game's wrapped up, though. I'm going to try the corner tactic. Kukju really good at taking these. There is Eder Militao. And there is the final whistle. We've done it. We've beaten the current holders of that trophy, and everybody's got blue eyebrows. Didn't understand that glitch, and man of the match went to Courtois. We're 10 points clear, and the next game up is Inter in the Champions League. Still called Lombardia. I do want to actually see the teams that have been going through. There we go. We're either going to play in the final if we make it Villa or Man United. Now there's shocks. Arsenal beaten by United. That's a shock in itself. Aston Villa versus Forest. That is not what I expected in the UCL, especially in the quarterfinals, as the man coming to us is Fede Valverde. Boss, this is a huge opportunity. I say we get a rest going in the league, as the title already looks won, and a lot of us players think we deserve the opportunity to take our foot off the gas a little bit. Maybe let the other players play, we've tamed our egos. And I'm going to say that doesn't sound like a bad idea, we still want to win the league, but if you're allowing other players to get game time, I can see you've had a change of heart. And yeah, look at that. Changing it up a little. Still, it should be strong enough to win games. Still big hitters on the bench, despite a 2-2 draw with Sevilla. There's a 3-1 win against Mallorca. Okay, we are still on the right track. 10 points clear with a game in hand, meaning we would go 15 with 5 games left. I think the game after next should be the game we win the title in. And okay, 2-2. In the first leg against Inter in the Champions League before we potentially win the league. Mbappe missing a penalty kick. And sorry, it's the game after this one we should win the league title in, with Goncalves scoring against Villarreal, but there is bigger fish still to fry. We are Real Madrid. The Champions League always comes first. Igor Thiago up front for Inter. He's going to be a handful for the defenders. Both Cuti Romero and Eder Militao, who is a Brazilian teammate of his. Because Thiago in the Brazil squad now. Ryan Cherki looking tired. We can't let that affect him. I can't speak. And there's Jan Sommer with a save early from Valverde. However, Jose's got a corner ball. You just know how much he loves these. Ryan Cherki's actually taking it towards a tired Cuti Romero. But Di Marco picks us off again. Barella. It's almost onto him again. There's a chip out to Fede Valverde, however. Look at that. You got to get that. Got to get it spot on, that is. Lautaro Martinez. He tries to turn inside. Olga Thiago. It's all over the place. Eder Militao gets it away, but not clearly. They're going to score soon. And Lautaro Martinez steals the ball off Trent. It is sloppy Real Madrid. We're going to go out of the Champions League if we do not fix this form up. Terrible at the back. Seems they're going to want it more. Cherki's going to have to come off at half-time. I don't get why his energy is so low, but he still should have the skill moves or not. He tried to pull one out. He's run straight into Nicola Barella, but now he is pulling them out. Ryan Cherki is going to go from the edge of the box. He looks dead on his feet, let's be honest. Barella into Gustavo Reed. We need to get the pressure on. There's a bad pass from them. This is where we try and seize our own opportunities. Jude Bellingham into Pedro Goncalves. Carreras. That's another scuffed ball, and they're winning the second ball every time. Lautaro. Look at him. Jose is currently crashing out of the Champions League against a team that I believe he won it with. Carreras round the corner into Pedro Goncalves here. He needs to get that ball back to Carreras. There's no options across the box. We're going to drive it after having a suspension. Half-time. We're going to have to make some big changes. We're currently going to crash out. We're putting Dean Huijsen on and Franco Mastantuono and Brahim Diaz. I need someone a bit fresher and with more pace on the left. We need them young wingers to attack their fullbacks. Oh, sorry, maybe wingbacks. I don't know what they're playing. Federico Di Marco. Lautaro. That is another goal for Inter. Floppy. We're going to be out of the Champions League. Lautaro gets the pile on. We've got to get on with it. We are now desperate for a goal. Franco Mastantuono. Seriously, we need to really run at Inter. Make sure we drive at them. Make sure we get the next goal. If there is a next goal in this game. Kirkju runs into him. Trent puts a ball down the line into Francan Mastantuono. How's Kylian Mbappe got on the end of that? I don't know, but he's grabbing the ball. We're back in the game. Jan Sommer was complaining about the offside, and I think we were. I think we've looked out there. The mechanics of the game actually ignoring us, and now we've got to do a Real Madrid, a clutch moment. Under Jose, there's Mbappe, there's Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, we've turned it around. 4-4 on the night. What is going on? 2-2-2s. It sounds like I'm stuttering there, but I'm not. It looks like they've gone defensive, leaving just Thiago up, and Mbappe steals the ball straight off Fratesi. We are holding the momentum. Where has this come from? This has never happened in a game for ages. Here's Kylian Mbappe with a few skills. Oh my days! Kylian Mbappe! We're doing it! We're doing it! We're causing a comeback. It's 5-4. We have turned it around in Inter. Oh my days, or even in Milan, with the best goal of the game, Kylian Mbappe. Step overs. Oh, there's no saving that, Jan Sommer. Inter did have like a 7-6 against Barcelona a few seasons back. That's outside of the box. That's outside of the box. Oh, my days. No. Gotta calm down. Carreras, he's been one weird player. Igor Thiago against Courtois. That's why Jose wanted to sign him up. It may not be vintage Jose, but that is some game. Real Madrid 3, Inter 2. We progressed to the final against either United or Aston Villa. What a game, and look at Jose getting the credit he deserves. With the next game, like I said, the league winning one, Getafe, we just need 3 points, that is all, to win the division away from home. Unai Emery has been cooking. Real Madrid versus Aston Villa in the Champions League final. Honestly, what an opportunity. But first, Getafe. They've got Uche, Anambari, Xerxes, a decent lineup. Definitely La Liga quality. I don't think they'll be near the relegation zone or on the beach anytime soon. We've got to make sure we get the business done. Pedro Goncalves in the middle to Arda Güler. He passes it back. Kirkju. Chip that over the top. There is Endrick flying in. David Soria just had to spread. Good save, but corner ball. And there is Dean Huijsen. Should be scoring that. And am I wrong? Maybe I am kind of stereotyping, but I think it is their badge and their manager that is the man who literally just plays defensive all game. And Mike catches out with them tactics. Trying to scupper a draw. Then again, that's maybe just me judging. And we are Real Madrid. We shouldn't be just settling for that. Endrick, we've gone with no Kylian Mbappe. Saving him because the league is almost won. Feels weird saying that as a team coached by Jose Mourinho. But here goes Franco Mastantuono onto Kirkju. Need to get this around. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mastantuono. He cuts inside, does the Argentinian. Needs a little bit more support. Look at him run. He's going all himself. Van der Meer gets the blocking. Mastantuono around the corner, however, into Arda Güler. Güler onto Dean Huijsen. Fede Valverde need another option somewhere. There we go. There's Trent. Trent from range. It's so readable. They're going to steal a draw. And Rico. Is he the man that used to play for Bournemouth? The Cherries. And Javi Munoz in the middle. They're now shooting from range. We need to try and test them. I want to win the league in this game. So Bellingham on and Mbappe on. Güler actually going on to the right. The position we said he wouldn't be playing anymore. But hey-ho. We've got to call for desperate times when desperate measures arise. Here's Fede into Jude. If we could just have the instant impact. Bellingham, there we go. Real Madrid should be winning this league. Who else but Jude? He walks onto the field, gets his 17th goal of the season. Look at this turnout. Wow. And I've just thought, he's going to be desperate to win the Champions League final as a Birmingham City boy. Villa are the rivals. If we could get another goal here at the dying embers of the game, Arda Güler, he looks shattered. That's why we've tried to keep him on. Give him that little bit of game time he'll probably want. Carreras, he might get sent off. He's so clumsy. So clumsy as a defender. And a free kick very much at the end. It was a yellow card. If they steal a draw here, Atleti could still win the league. Courtois with a big, strong wrist on both arms. And a strong throw, because at the end of that game, it's guaranteed we have won La Liga. Look at the players falling to their knees. We won't see a trophy lift, but man, is that some feeling. Probably going to stick with this team, maybe even go weaker for the final run-in. Obviously, league already guaranteed, and I want to get up to Villa. And look at that, the reserve boys have been winning 2-2, 2-2, and a 3-2. Or not winning, but not losing. We've got players still out on loan. I can't believe this series literally just started. It potentially could end if we win this final. Raul Asensio at Galatasaray on loan. Pitaj still on loan at, I can't remember, that's Cordoba, isn't it? I know that because a Grimsby Town player was there. Cesar Palacios, he's over at Salford. Goal scoring wise, Kylian Mbappe. He lights the way with Jude Bellingham in a very close second with assists covered. Goncalves with 20 goals. Great signing. Arda Güler with 11. Them four at the top of the screen are going to be your Player of the Year nominees. If we don't win this final and end the entire series here. Final time, potentially. Speaking to Jose, what do we do with this team? Reserves have played very well. And then the main players, once they've come in, have done obviously well. He says he's got to go back to his signings. He isn't going to be parking the bus. He is fed up with the outdated string that goes with his name. Oh, he doesn't want to be known as defensive. And how fair's this? The final of the Champions League taking place in London, Wembley, where Villa are, of course, based. This is really not fair at all. Trent, the ball into Jude Bellingham. We need to really get going from the off. Ryan Cherki inside of his man. He's going to be very up for this, Jude Bellingham. Then again, they'll have a decent team to get here, Aston Villa. And they have every chance of winning. Garassi with Rodgers just behind. Tielemans, who's on this wing. It's John McGinn, of course, the flying Scotsman. Carreras gets ahead of him. Pedro Goncalves has to run down that line. Come on, Jude Bellingham's got the ball waiting for him. He's gone down the middle. Not what I wanted. Into Kylian Mbappe. The defender doesn't make sure. Kylian Mbappe, 10 minutes into the Champions League final, scores at Wembley. That is the exact start that Jose wanted. To scrap the defensive name just associated with him. It is very poor from Pau Torres in the goal. I think that's Marco Pizot. Very weird to go with the backup goalie for the final of the Champions League. Maybe an injury to Martinez. Then again, I'm not going to complain. It's an excellent start with Fede Valverde through the middle onto Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham, try it again. Kylian Mbappe. Bizot with the save. And can we go out on one of our corner tactics? Come on, Fede Valverde. He whips it towards Kylian Mbappe. Brilliant save by Bizot again. Still, I don't mind it. We should be winning the Champions League if the result sticks. Everybody's got blue eyebrows for some reason. I don't get it either. But Fede Valverde running through the middle. What's he going to do? He looks for Jude Bellingham, ready to chip it. That's going to be a foul. Yep. He was on the ankles of Jude Bellingham, our number 5. Fede Valverde, just lay this off. Straight into Eder Militao. Going to shoot. Not going to now. Kirkju around the corner into Valverde. Fede tries to join in the fun. Just not rising up enough, though. And here goes John McGinn. John McGinn through the middle. Garassi! It's 1-1 on the night. Sergio Garassi. This series might not be over. We have dominated the game. Dean Huijsen caught out of position. Courtois caught off guard with the shot. Just noticed Tyrone Mings in their defence. We should be winning this game. Fairly easier than we have made it already. McGinn round the corner. Morgan Rodgers. It could be another here for Villa. Sergio Garassi through the middle. It is shambolic. Oh dear, Villa could be winning this. We have been awful in the Champions League finale, and as Real Madrid, it's unacceptable. Got to get going again. 10 minutes plus added time, which should be a lot. Kylian Mbappe, apart from their mistake, hasn't had an impact. But Kylie, he spins, he hits the bar. He loves doing it when the chips are down, but obviously not on that occasion. Just coming narrowly close. They're getting back. Yeah, I thought that was a foul. My controller actually vibrated. And here goes Valverde. Short ball. We need to be very careful and not lose it. Ryan Cherki trying to go through the middle. Tackled by his Spanish teammate. Or French even, as Kylian Mbappe. Brilliant throw from Courtois. There's Jude Bellingham running in behind. I said he'd be desperate to score, and he does score! No replay in a Champions League finale. Yes, I'm being brave, but this is another one of them Inter games. It's us versus Garassi. We've really been good defensively. Daniel Marlon trying to cut inside. Oh my days, it's off the crossbar. They almost won it. That would have been in the 90th as we've took Cherki off. He's just not been good enough. Adegula back on the right because we are going to go with wingers next season if there's going to be another one as Trent. He's drilling his way down the line. Kylian Mbappe was actually waiting on it. Come on, you've got to go to the ball. I think he might have been offside anyway, but Jude... Oh my days, come on. He's got to have Morgan Rodgers a bit more on a plate. He's got to try and mark him out of this game. As Jude is good at attacking. Look at the space that Kylian Mbappe just made. Jude Bellingham. Marco Bizot. No chance. He doesn't like to show him celebrating. But there we go. Jude Bellingham. If I was a neutral, I'd obviously be supporting Villa. That is a great goal for us in the circumstances. Into the second half of extra time. Potentially looking for another one. Sergio Garassi, though. Don't let him score. Daniel Marlon around everybody, and Courtois had to watch. He didn't get nutmegged. They'll always get another shot. This is a Champions League finale, for goodness sake. He's got to be offside. Surely, Yuri Tielemans. Dean Huijsen, he just can't deal with Sergio Garassi. It's a good job he got his foot on the ball. As that was their last chance. the final whistle gets blown on this series. As here's Valverde to lift the trophy, and we have won 2 seasons. Or not 2 seasons, sorry, 2 trophies. A little bit flustered right there, but yeah, only 4 episodes. That is unbelievable. As if you have enjoyed this series, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below who comes next. Thank you very much for watching, and click here for what YouTube recommends you.